streaming live on Facebook and YouTube via MBN 360. I am Diana Mamle Sakite. Here are the major headlines.
Mayen Yellow Mahama Ewe Ake Echenchon Abaga $1 million Uhaku Yeshka Kedraili Sajamie Amralo Yeshi.
President John Dramani Mahama urges Volta River Authority to modernize after Akosombo Dam fire. In business, collaborative data mining reshapes Ghana's foreign investment policy. In international news, British Metropolitan Police launched full investigations as security heightened in affected areas. These and many more stories coming up shortly. President John Dramani Mahama has called on the Volta River Authority to treat the recent fire at the Akosombo Dam as a turning point, urging swift modernization efforts to strengthen Ghana's energy infrastructure.
Speaking during his visit to assess the damage and ongoing recovery works at Akosombo on April 30th, Mahama expressed sympathy over the incident, but praised the technical team for their swift response in restoring power generation. President Mahama described the fire as an unfortunate but transformative moment, given the age of the facility. This is an act of God because who would have expected that a control room that has been there since 1964 would experience this kind of fire, he said. He added that the incident presents a chance to rebuild and upgrade infrastructure at the Akosombo planet. They say diversity is an opportunity. Now that this has happened, it allows us to replace it with a more modern control room that will serve these plans for generations to come, he noted.
We heard about the sad event, the fire outbreak in your control room. And of course, Ghanaians have felt the impact of what happened. You worked hard, but it's not surprising because VRA has been one of them. So I'm not surprised that you have the kind of quality of human resource to be able to ameliorate what happened. And so when I heard that, engineers say they're going to find a way of bringing it back on, I wasn't surprised because I know VRA has some of the best personnel you can ever get anywhere in the world. So I want to thank you for the sacrifice. This is an act of God. I mean, who would have expected that the control room would develop this kind of fire? And of course, I hear it's been there since 1964.
Meanwhile, the president praised engineers of Meanwhile, the president praised engineers of the Volta River Authority for their commitment and professionalism during an inspection of the Akosombo switch yard, highlighting their critical role in maintaining national power stability.
He expressed confidence in the capacity of state-owned utility, describing it as one of Ghana's best managed institutions. President Mahama added that he was encouraged by reports that engineers were already making progress in restoring operations at the plant. The president further suggested that the incident, though unfortunate, presents an opportunity to modernize infrastructures at Akosombo facility, some parts of which date to 1964. He also acknowledged the role of the Ghana Grid Company, GridCo, describing both institutions as key pillars of Ghana's power sector. The president assured the institutions of continued government support as restoration efforts continue, amid concerns about stability in power supply following the incident.
I want to thank you for the sacrifice. This is an act of God. I mean, who would have expected that the control room would develop this kind of fire? But of course, I hear it's been there since 1964. So they say in adversity is opportunity. Because now that this adversity has happened, it makes it, gives us an opportunity to replace with it a more modern control room that will serve this Akosombo plant and let it work for more generations yet unborn. And so I told the minister the work you had done. He's briefed me. You have 4 of the turbines back on, and he says that you're working another miracle, and that I'll get good news soon with the remaining 2 turbines also coming back on. So I want to thank you very much for what you've done, and we encourage you to continue to work. VRA will continue to be one of the foremost state-owned enterprises, and GridCo and VRA, both of you, you are among the foremost twins of the same.
In other news, Ghana has launched a new student entrepreneurship initiative aimed at empowering young people with practical skills, funding access and mentorship to stimulate job creation and long-term economic growth.
Speaking at the launch, the Vice President highlighted the remarkable enthusiasm and ambition demonstrated by Ghana's youth, noting that the initiative was inspired by overwhelming response from students eager to take charge of their futures. According to her, the program reveals not only the scale of demand for entrepreneurial opportunities, but also the readiness of young people to act, innovate, and assume responsibility for their economic destinies. The initiative forms part of government's broader youth development and empowerment agenda, with a particular focus on tackling unemployment by nurturing entrepreneurial thinking at an early age. It is designed to provide a structured pathway for students across universities, technical institutions, and colleges of education, enabling them to transform ideas into sustainable businesses. She also pointed to the role of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program in demonstrating that entrepreneurship development does not have to wait until after graduation or the completion of national service. The launch event also served as a moment of recognition for the first cohort of beneficiaries who were commended for their dedication and hard work. The Vice President expressed confidence in their potential to deliver outstanding results and contribute to Ghana's economic transformation.
The SEED program aims to do so by providing a structured pathway for students across our universities, technical institutions, colleges of education, and many others to transform ideas into sustainable businesses. It combines training, mentorship, incubation, and access to funding into a single integrated framework. It is designed to be practical and, more importantly, scalable. We have all learned by now that opportunity is not only found in employment, but also in the ability to create same. Let our students remember that Ghana needs more job creators, innovators, and bold risk-taking thinkers. See it as an opportunity that I encourage all of you to take very, very seriously.
Away from that, the minority in Parliament is calling on the government to take strong and immediate action following reports of attacks in South Africa, stressing the need to protect citizens and uphold regional solidarity.
The caucus described the incident as deeply troubling and warned that the safety of Ghanaian nationals abroad must be treated as a matter of national security. In a press release, the minority said it had followed developments with grave concern, citing reports of coordinated violence against foreign nationals in parts of the country, including KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, and Gauteng. The statement comes amid rising tensions linked to anti-immigration protests and economic frustrations within South Africa. Recent reports indicate that demonstrations and anti-immigration campaigns have intensified, with some groups blaming foreign nationals for their unemployment and economic hardship, despite a lack of evidence to support such claims. The minority stressed that such narratives are dangerous and must be rejected outright. The minority acknowledged steps already taken by Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, including diplomatic engagement with South African authorities and the provision of consular support to affected Ghanaians. It also noted public condemnation of the attack by Cyril Ramaphosa, describing these as necessary but insufficient responses. The caucus stressed that what is required now is measurable action, including the arrest or prosecution of perpetrators, accountability for any lapses by security agencies, and concrete measures to guarantee the safety of foreign nationals.
In other news, EduWatch is calling on the government to reduce the number of subjects in the BEC to 4, saying the move would streamline assessment, reduce academic stress, and enhance overall performance among students.
Ahead of the 2026 BEC, Mr. Asare described the current structure of the examination as unnecessarily burdensome, arguing that the existing 9 courses format does not align with its primary purpose. He noted that the BEC has largely become a Ghana-specific exercise whose aim is to determine placement into senior high schools, rather than to comprehensively assess students across numerous disciplines. Mr. Asare is advocating for a streamlined examination structure consisting of 4 core papers. These include mathematics, English, general science, and a general paper that would incorporate elements of other subjects, including languages. He explained that such a model would be sufficient to evaluate students for placement purposes while reducing the complexity and intensity of the current system. Drawing an analogy to illustrate his point, he suggested that achieving a single outcome does not require an excessive number of inputs, implying that the present approach may be more inefficient. Under the proposed reform, the BEC could be completed within 2 days, based on the traditional schedule of writing 2 subjects per day. Mr. Asare argued that shortening the duration of the examination would have several advantages, particularly in reducing stress level among candidates.
Away from that, doctors at Korle Bu Teaching Hospital have threatened to embark on a strike on May 2, raising concerns over limited laboratory access and challenges surrounding the implementation of a 24-hour outpatient department system.
Tensions are rising at Korle Bu Teaching Hospital as doctors threaten to embark on an industrial action on May 2nd over what they describe as critical operational challenges affecting patient care. The doctors are demanding urgent improvements in laboratory access, arguing that delays in diagnostic services are undermining effective treatment and putting patients at risk. According to the medical staff, timely lab results are essential for accurate diagnosis and clinical decision-making, especially in emergency and outpatient cases. Another major concern is the implementation of the proposed 24-hour outpatient department. The doctors contend that the policy, while aimed at improving healthcare access, is being rolled out without adequate resources, staffing, and infrastructure. They warn that pushing ahead under the current conditions could outstretch already burdened personnel and compromise the quality of care. Sources within Korle Bu Teaching Hospital indicate that several engagements between hospital management and the doctors have so far failed to produce a resolution, heightening the likelihood of a full-blown strike if authorities do not act swiftly. The situation has raised concerns among patients and the general public, as any disruption in services at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, Ghana's premier referral facility, could have far-reaching consequences for healthcare delivery nationwide. Health authorities are yet to issue an official response, but pressure is mounting on government and hospital management to intervene and avert a potential shutdown of services.
Let's take a breather for business news.
MBN Jasuni from Ejahima. Sauba MBN Jasua from 0245 88 2128. MBN Jasu coming home na yendi eja at the right place.
Government has unveiled a new data-driven approach to foreign investment policy using collaborative data mining access across key institutions to identify priority sectors, reduce investor risk, and boost economic growth.
Ghana is redefining how it attracts foreign investment with a bold shift towards data-driven decision-making. In a move aimed at strengthening investor confidence and maximizing economic returns, government says it is now relying on collaborative data mining, bringing together insights from multiple state agencies to shape its foreign investment policy. Officials explain that the approach allows institutions such as Ghana Investment Promotion Center, the Ghana Revenue Authority, and the Ghana Statistical Service to share and analyze data in real time. This integration helps to identify high-growth sectors, monitor investment trends, and address bottlenecks that have long discouraged foreign investors. According to policymakers, the initiative is already influencing reforms in sectors like manufacturing, agriculture, and digital services areas seen as critical to job creation and economic diversification. Economists say the strategy could give Ghana a competitive edge in crowded investment landscape, where countries are increasingly using data analytics to tailor incentives and reduce uncertainty for investors. However, analysts caution that success will depend on data accuracy, institutional coordination, and strong safeguard to protect sensitive information. Government insists the necessary frameworks are being put in place to ensure transparency, security, and efficiency.
Meanwhile, Ghana's banking sector has been hit by staggering 394 million Ghana cedis in losses, raising fresh concerns
Ghana's
about
banking
asset
industry
quality, risk management, and the stability of financial institutions.
Ghana's banking industry is under renewed pressure following reports of significant financial losses totaling 394 million cedis. The development has triggered concern among regulators and market watchers, with the Bank of Ghana closely monitoring the situation. Industry analysts point to rising non-performing loans, increased cost of operations, and lingering effects of recent economic challenges as key drivers behind the losses. Some banks are also said to be dealing with exposure to high-risk sectors, further weakening their balance sheets. The Ghana Association of Bankers has acknowledged the challenges but insists the sector remains resilient, citing ongoing reforms and improved capitals buffers introduced in recent years. Meanwhile, financial experts are urging stricter control, enhanced corporate governance, and more prudent lending practices to prevent further deterioration. Customers are also being advised to remain calm as authorities assure that deposits remain protected under existing regulatory frameworks. The central bank has indicated it will not hesitate to take corrective actions where necessary, including sanctions against institutions that fail to meet prudential requirements. As situations unfold, attention is now focused on how quickly the sector can recover and restore confidence in Ghana's financial system.
In the world of sports, former Black Stars defender Daniel Parry believes Ghana still has the quality to make an impact at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, despite growing concerns over the team's inconsistent form in recent matches.
As Ghana continues preparations towards the 2026 FIFA World Cup, questions remain over the Black Stars' current form and consistency on the international stage. However, former national defender Daniel Opare expressed optimism, insisting the team has the ability to shock critics and deliver a strong tournament performance. Speaking on the team's prospects, Opare noted that while recent performances have raised concerns among supporters, the Black Stars still possesses a blend of experience and young talent capable of competing at the highest level.
It's going to be difficult, but trust me, this football, anything can happen. Like I said, I really believe in these boys. Like the talent, there is no doubt. So they can go out there and really make things happen. They can surprise. People will really look down, they will really surprise you. Yeah. Sometimes it takes an individual to change the whole game. So if they keep up to that mentality, we are here to play, we are here to win, we are here to build ourselves for the future. With that one spirit, I think that they are capable of doing anything.
What would be in your head? What do you think would be the ideal capacity of this team? How far do you think they can go if everything works out?
For me, my expectation for them is to get out from the group stage. If we are able to get out from the group stage, we have a good chance to at least win 1 or 2 matches again. Wow. But I'll be really happy to see them get out from the group stage. That will really make me happy. Because then that means that we are starting to build a team. That means that they are really aware now, and then you understand. So, but for me, there is no doubt. I really believe in them. I think they are fantastic talents in there that can be really showcased. Yeah.
And you mentioned Kudus.
Yeah. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
If he doesn't come back, we're in deep trouble.
Like I said, football is the ones they can play. Yeah. But I think with Kudus in there, he will add more value to the team. So, fingers crossed. We pray that he recovers on time so that he can make the World Cup.
Up next is entertainment.
And he asked them, when he sent them, do you lack anything? And they said, we lack nothing. I pray that this will be your story. As you live for God and you work for God and you support God's work, you will look back and say, I have lacked nothing in my life. We want to thank God and thank God again that Friday is a night of prayer, prophetic night, healing night, the word of God night, and worship night. Every Friday in Maranatha Power Ministries. And I'm inviting you, beloved, if we don't realize the warfare we are in, the devil will defeat you as a child of God. And the most strangest things and unfortunate things in the church today is good believers who are weak. You are good, but you are weak spiritually. God wants you to be strong because he says in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10, he says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. You see, there are certain battles you cannot win in the day. This Friday and every Friday, I'm inviting you to Maranatha Power Ministries for breakthrough night, signs and wonders night, prophetic night, healing night, deliverance night, and salvation night. Let me see you this Friday. If you want more direction, telephone numbers on the screen. Please call. And also, you can watch me on MBN TV every time we are having service. And also, watch me and be with me on all the social media platforms you will see on the screen. Remember this, Jesus prayed in the night. Even the Son of Man prayed all night. It's our time. God bless.
The 27th edition of the Telecel Ghana Music Awards is set to light up the stage with a powerful lineup of performances featuring rising star Fido alongside top acts such as Black Sheriff, Samini and R2Bs.
Excitement is building ahead of the 27th edition of the Telecel Ghana Music Award, with organizers unveiling a dynamic list of performers expected to deliver one of the most entertaining nights in Ghana's music industry. Among the headline acts is fast-rising artist Fido, who will share the stage with some of Ghana's most celebrated music icons. The lineup also includes award-winning rapper Black Sheriff, reggae dancehall veteran Samini, and iconic Afrobeats group R2Bs, all expected to bring high-energy performances to the stage. Organizers say this year's edition will celebrate both established legends and emerging talents, reflecting the evolving sound of Ghana's music industry. Industry observers are already describing the event as one of the most anticipated entertainment nights of the year, with fans eagerly waiting collaborations, surprise appearances, and show-stopping moments. The 27th TGMA is expected to not only award musical excellence, but also reinforce Ghana's position as a leading hub for African music and culture.
Stay with us for some international news. British authorities have declared a terrorist incident following the stabbing of two Jewish men in London, prompting a major security response and ongoing counter-terrorism investigations.
Authorities in the United Kingdom has confirmed a terrorist designation after two Jewish men were stabbed in a targeted attack in London. The Metropolitan Police says specialist counter-terrorism officers have taken over the investigation as they work to establish the motive and circumstances behind the incident. The attack, which occurred in a busy area of London, has raised concern among community leaders and security officials, particularly within the city Jewish community. Police have increased patrols in key neighborhoods and around places of worship as a precautionary measure, while urging the public to remain remain alert and report any suspicious activity. Officials say the victims are receiving medical treatment while the suspect is either in custody or being actively pursued, depending on evolving developments in the investigation. The UK government has condemned the attack, describing it as deeply concerning, with assurances that hate crimes and extremist-related violence will be dealt with firmly under the law. Security analysts say the incident is likely to intensify debates around community protection, counter-terrorism strategy, and rising concerns over targeted violence in major Europe cities. Further updates are expected as investigators continue to piece together the events leading to the attack.
That's all for Mega News at 6. Thank you for watching. Before we go, a recap of the major headlines. President John Dramani Mahama urges Volta River Authority to modernize after Akosombo Dam fire. In business, collaborative data mining reshapes Ghana's foreign investment policy. In international news, British Metropolitan Police launched full investigations as security heightened in affected areas. For more news updates, stay connected with us on Facebook and YouTube at MBN 360. I am Diana Mamle Sakite. Have a pleasant evening.